and welcome back to Coffee Break with. My name is Cecilia and today I'm having a chat with Stefan and Daniela from Connect, which is a destination management and sustainable tourism company. So they are based in Stockholm, Sweden, but they usually travel the world to give workshops and talks on these things. So these two came into the meeting with like a super impressive background and calling themselves the Mötley Crue of destination management. So you can just imagine what kind of people they are and how much fun we had during this chat. So I hope you also will enjoy us speaking all things career in destination management. So let's bring them in. Hello, Stefan and Daniela. Welcome
Hi.
to Breaks With. How are you guys doing?
Oh, fine. We are fine. Huh?
Yeah, we're fine.
Yep.
Good.
It's been really busy from home.
Yeah, exactly, from home. I thought that you guys might want to introduce yourselves to our audience. So I'm going to start by asking you, like, who are you guys and what is it that you do?
Yeah, we are. What should we say? We are like a rock band. We call ourselves a positive rebel agency.
With a badass attitude.
And a badass attitude in many ways. But if you look at us as a rock band, Daniela here is she's the drummer. She keeps the pace. She's the project manager of everything we do. Mm-hmm. And I'm the lead singer, so I'm standing front, singing as long as I can and as high as I can in volume. And Daniela then says, stop, now we have a project going on. So that's kind of a rock band. So we are like the destination management version of Mötley Crue in that way.
Amazing. That's an awesome description.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But anyway, we have like 3 pillars that we work with. And those pillars are, first of all, is courses in tourism. And it's where we teach people how to do marketing and sales, project management. We work with business development and packaging. And the second pillar is workshops, seminars, where we contribute with our experiences because we work all over the world, actually. And so that's what we do. That's the second pillar. And the third pillar is destination development and help destination to manage their destination in an untraditional way. We call it the corkscrew thinking for destinations.
Yay! Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Right. So it is.
Yeah.
And we are also creators and owners of a cooperative network called Connect for satellite destinations that and their stakeholders, of course, and they can work together. In that way, they support the sustainable and balanced destination development.
Okay, so could you explain what's a satellite destination? Or a satellite?
What is a satellite destination?
Oh, I thought you said satellite, or it's just me who my ears are.
Yeah, we can say satellites. There's no problem. A satellite destination is actually, if you understand, it is a destination, a part of a city or a different city or a region that is, we say, in the shadow of others.
Okay, understand.
So they are like satellites.
Ah, understand. Yeah.
And for example, if we take Barcelona, for example, so that is a very, very attractive city.
Yeah.
And then there are different destinations close to Barcelona who have maybe some challenges to attract people because Barcelona is the main attraction.
Understood. Yeah, now I understand. Yeah. That's really cool. And it's a good niche to have, I can imagine, because the market is probably quite saturated, for instance, for Barcelona, and then to focus on the other smaller destinations. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. But what is destination management, you would say?
Destination management.
We don't know.
Yes, we don't know. Destination management, it is like when everybody in a destination that have interest in the destination, they start to cooperate to make a coordinated process to develop it or to manage it.
Mm-hmm.
So they work together. They actually say like this: for people or for markets that is over there, we want to attract them, and then we have to manage the destination in the best way in a collaborationship, so that the destinations for everybody who lives there, everybody who works there and visit it, are going to be in a balanced way. Otherwise it becomes like over tourism and unbalanced, and people are getting irritated of each other.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So destination management is like you take a hold on the whole destination, both development but also to manage it, so it creates this sustainable balance.
Okay, so you're like the bridge and like tying all the different like components together. That's working.
Yeah, that's right. So we can say we project manage a development of a destination.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Well, like destination management is a part of the industry that most people would like connect to tourism, I reckon. And in the past years, sustainable tourism has like been on the uprise, and you see all these niche hotels popping up, like self-sufficient, and we grow our own herbs in the backyard, and we're like all of these, and people are flying less and going by train or by boat instead and all that jazz. So like, is sustainable, like for somebody going into like a career in tourism, in destination management, would you say that sustainable tourism is something that you would recommend to get into and read up on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we like to define sustainability, because it's not only about the environment, it's also economic and social sustainability as well. Isn't, I mean, that decent jobs,
like people, planet, profit, isn't it? Yeah.
And so there is actually UN. They have this definition of sustainability as a sustainable development is a development that meets the needs of today, of present, without compromising of the future generations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we think it's crucial now. We see that there is a lot of unbalanced tourism everywhere that make people who live and to work and work in the city irritated. And therefore, it becomes more and more important to keep this sustainable development. For example, to look at the carrying capacity, we call it. It's how many visitors can a destination welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a limit for the beach. It's the limit for the square. It's the limit for the museums and everything. And when it starts to queue up with a lot of people, you start to get irritated. And if it goes further on, you get actually angry, and you can see some hostility towards tourism.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want any tourists. Even if they bring money to us, we don't want them because they are in the way.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's why it is so important now to do this sustainable development, to look at these three aspects.
Yeah, definitely. Like me, because I usually, not now currently, but usually I'm living in Barcelona, and what you're describing is a live case going on over there, that the locals are getting, because it's so overcrowded during tourism season, and there's people everywhere, and you can't move, and the locals are
tired,
driving, like, are getting mad at the tourists because they are destroying their city. So definitely it's something you need to keep in mind as well when you're developing a destination, to think of the locals as well. And yeah, it's all an ecosystem, don't you?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Something to keep in mind though for those looking to get into tourism, destination management, to like have the sustainable aspect in their portfolio. But like moving on a little bit more towards you guys and what you do, and like what is an average day for you?
It is like
Is there one?
an average
You
day
do so
for
many
us.
different things and you travel a lot. I know this, but like just, you know, if you have an example.
We share the company together as well as a family together. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means that we see a lot of each other, even if we travel.
Yeah.
And we live together as well. So that means that it starts. If we should say an average morning, what we start with?
You
Like,
were up early.
I'm up early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start with some courses, distance courses over Zoom or any other platform.
Mm-hmm.
And after lunch or something in the afternoon, our meetings with different destinations starts.
Yeah.
And depending on, for example, if we have a morning meeting with the US,
Yeah.
that means actually 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
So the days can be quite long, of course. And if we are out traveling, that means also that we work from early morning to late night because we are not living there. So we need to collect and do all the meetings at the same time. So it's a lot of discussions, meeting, workshops, and collecting big data or doing analysis as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is like that. But we have, between us, it's really good. I work in the morning and Daniela work in the evening.
Yeah.
She's better at that. So we don't disturb each other. So we actually often lay in the sofa and she's doing the presentations and I'm watching TV. And we have this secret tool called olive oil. So I have to rub her feet while she's doing a presentation. And if I stop rubbing the feet, she stops with the presentation. So that's a really it's an ongoing process.
So everybody knows.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you for your transparency.
That's how we do it in Sweden.
Taking turns, working. I wish I would have that. Somebody from my feet when I was working.
It's nice.
Yeah. So this is a message to all in the world to start doing that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Start rubbing your partner's feet.
Yeah.
It will benefit the business. No.
Definitely. For sure.
So what's the best part of you guys, like your work?
Except for
the feet rubbing.
What do you think about that? What is the best thing? It's like meeting people.
Absolutely, meeting people.
Yeah.
We meet so many different people all the time, so it's fun.
Because you travel the globe, like where have you been for like the past year?
Where have we been? We have been in Brussels. In Netherlands. I mean, Netherlands, Amsterdam, UK,
Köpenhamn,
Denmark, Copenhagen, and in Spain, St. Louis, USA, Chicago, and to Barcelona, of course, and
Madrid.
down in Madrid we were,
of course, and
Sitges, yeah. Yeah. We've been I think we've been abroad the last year before the epidemic thing here. We were I think 18 times abroad.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So traveling, that maybe.
Traveling, of course, that is one of the parts we love. But it's also the thing is that when we go abroad and talk with a lot of destinations, that we have also become a part of the society and learn more about these places. We meet a lot of very interesting people, and they actually become friends to us as well. So you become.
I remember we've been to Exeter as well.
Exeter, UK, yeah. That would be.
Yeah, so Xperienceships has an office in Barcelona and in Exeter, so hence why these guys have been there.
So we become really what we like to be, a cosmopolitan traveler.
Yeah.
To travel around the world, to learn new cultures, new traditions, meet new people, and to understand the DNA of all the places and destinations is fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing job to do, actually. To be a cosmopolitan traveler and get paid, like, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. So I asked you before to share 3 resources to provide to somebody looking to get into your industry or your field. What would those 3 resources be?
I'm glad that you don't ask us about what is the worst part about destination management.
I'll come to that after this.
Okay.
We want the resources.
The resources. What can we say about that? What should people do if they want to work like this? What do we call ourselves? We call ourselves pop-up people.
Yeah. You need to get friends with people.
Yeah.
Network.
Yeah.
Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course you need to connect to all kinds of people, and if you want to get in contact to make some business, it's better to make friends, like to understand people, and when you do that, it's easier. Actually, it creates the job because of the friendship. So that is really good.
Yeah, networking. Is there like
curiosity?
Anything else?
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's cool.
We love it. We had actually one trip where we went out from the hotel and we said, okay, should we go right or left? Or we don't know. And then we asked someone, which way should we go? And they just pointed and we went that way. And so we tried to like saying yes to the opportunities and to explore the city, and not in the guidebook. Exactly. More listen to what people say and try to experience things.
Yeah, I think
that so you don't need to be, you should not be too afraid, I think.
Yeah.
To work with this, to have an open mind for different views and different cultural attitudes and that.
Yeah. Have an open mind. Network, make friends, be curious. I think those are really good tips.
And if you're going to work with the destination management, it would be great if you are familiar with project management as well, because I think everything you do within the destination management and tourism is about projects.
Yeah.
So the more you know about project management, the better you can be.
Yeah, so maybe if one has worked in something like maybe that has to do with project management before, that you can, implement into this field, maybe that's a good tip. Cool. Amazing. So what's the worst part?
There it comes, huh?
Working in destination management.
No, I think the worst parts, we call it the crossed arms attitude. When you come to destination development, if you gather a lot of people, we call them the stakeholders, but I mean the key roles, the people who are interested in actually making money from tourism.
Yeah.
We can actually stumble on the crossed arms attitude. And that actually means that someone is standing like this and say, we can't do anything about that. We have tried it.
No.
Someone else is fault. Someone else fault. That's why we can't do it. That's why the parking fees is so expensive, so I can't sell anything. And that kind of attitude is really hard, because you need to actually help them to be convinced that they have their own they need to taking their own responsibility
Exactly.
for a development.
Take action, yeah, and you can change, like for them to realize that they can change on their own.
So that is the hardest part for every destination developer, I think, to actually overcome those crossed arms attitudes. You know,
are people scared of change? Do you come across often?
No, maybe not change, but they are scared of if they don't know what the result or the effect is. Then they get scared because you know what you have, but you don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, true.
And then you get a little scared to do that jump. So that's why it's so important with destination management as well, that you create a group of people from different parts of the destination to start a dialogue, because then you get more and more
Exactly.
So then you start to develop a sense of we want to be part of the change.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And maybe like, does it help usually to provide them with like small bits that they can start with to get them going towards a change, or are people open to trying if you're giving them the tools to do it? Are they more likely to do it, or maybe not? You know?
They want to be part of it. Of course, everybody wants it, but there is also, there is a small friction, because a lot of destination, they don't have the management, they have the marketing.
That's a key thing.
They actually work with marketing the destination and manage the destination. And as long as it goes for marketing, all the people around them saying, you have to market the destination, you have to bring people so we can sell.
Yeah, exactly.
And in another way, they should say, we need to manage the destination, so we can't have like 2 million people on the beach because it's too small.
Yeah.
Then it comes a friction between it. So that's the hard part here, to balance this for a destination developer. Okay. And that is why the dialogue is so important, to put mutual goals and to actually work together to understand and see what the leverage and why we need to develop this together.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's a key thing, like between marketing and management. I think that a lot of companies can take that into account as well. And definitely. But what's the future of your field looking like for you guys that you see from your end?
What do you think about the future?
Hopefully sustainable.
Sustainable future we hope for.
Yeah.
And I think it looks pretty good for this in the kind of new normal in the future, because the more sustainable we get in the new normal, the better we can handle future crisis or like the pandemic thing here. Because you need the social distancing, so it's going to be hopefully less people on the beach than before, and in the restaurants and the conference, and that means you need another strategy so that you can actually survive on less people, but with quality instead of volume.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole. It's going to make it a lot more sustainable in that case, post-pandemic.
I think so.
We haven't touched that topic so much during this chat, but I bet that there's going to be a lot of change in your field when we go back to the new normal, or when we move forward to the new normals, rather.
And of course, this leads to a higher demand of people knowing how to do it. So that is really good for the business developer within the visitor sector, the visitor industry.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's really good advice. Go for sustainable tourism, god damn it. And then network, be curious, and don't cross your arms. and be.
That's right.
Accept change. Be open to change. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's the end from my side on this interview. Unless you wanna speak about something else. But if you're good, I'm good.
We can sing. No, we can't.
Oh,
No.
the hotel lobby. No, but then we'll wrap up. Thank you guys so much for joining this conversation with us, and I'll see you guys around soon.
Yeah, and people can contact us, of course, if they like to.
Oh, yeah. How can we reach you?
They can start to check us up on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. So it's Stefan Pettersson, Daniela Pettersson.
Yeah.
No, Daniela Hedstrom.
Daniela Hedstrom.
Yeah. You want to say?
I don't hear it.
Okay. So Stefan Pettersson and Daniela Hedstrom on LinkedIn. And they can check our web, of course, like gameng, like gameng.se. That would be great.
Awesome. So you guys go check that out, and we will see you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this coffee break just as much as I did. If you would like to get notifications whenever we upload something new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that you turn on the little bell so that you can get a notification. Otherwise, follow us on LinkedIn. There we do more frequent updates than on here. I would also like to take the opportunity to mention that this will be my last video in front of the camera with Xperienceships here on YouTube. Soon we're launching a new concept with a new host, and I'm super excited for it. It's going to be great. So keep an eye out for that. I will be missing you guys though. I have had an awesome time doing these interviews and meeting all these professionals, and I've learned so much, and I hope that you guys have learned a thing or two as well. Make sure you connect with me on LinkedIn. I put the link in the description as well. And keep exploring careers, guys. There's so much stuff you can do in the wild world. So just keep going, keep exploring, keep prototyping, keep testing. Your career is not a destination, it's a journey. So I'll see you guys when I see ya. Maybe on LinkedIn. Bye.